Today I'm going to convert this 10-year-old laptop into an AI powerhouse, which is going to run locally. And not only that, I'm going to expose it to the internet so that I can reach to it from anywhere. For this video, we will be installing Faster Whisper, which is a speech to text model. And we will also see how small old laptops like this, which barely has 4 GB VRAM, can run these bigger models with help of CUDA and quantization. Well, let's get started. We have this server.py here. What we are doing is we are like it's a fast API implementation of Whisper AI. What we're going to do is we're just going to import the model. For now, we are doing small because it's like going to run, and device is basically CUDA. That is where like you can put it as CPU or CUDA. So CUDA is basically GPU memory, and then what we're going to do is we are actually telling it to use the quantized model, which is int 8. Okay, so this is the one, and once the model is loaded, it will like just print model loaded healthy. Now this is basically a health call just to check if our application is running or not, so that we can like take care of it. And this is the post transcribe. Basically what it does is like it listens to the audio and just save it to the local file system so that we can get it while transcribing. So then it will print like transcribe, and here is the thing. What we are doing is like we are just calling model.transcribe, and we are taking the temp path, and now we also like had world timestamps equal to true, and we are taking the beam size equal to 1. Segments are basically a generator, so it is going to be listed, basically it's going to be iterated over. Now once it's done, it will just print out the language info, what the probability it like detected, and all those things just for like login purposes. And here is, if you see, we are going to like iterate over the segments, and then we are outputting word by word. So this is the format which matches the OpenAI structure. So that's what we are doing. And also, if you see, like we are like collecting the word level transcriptions and timestamps and all those things, and we are also building the full text, and then the response is going to come. Now, uh, let's run this application. Py server.py. So as you can see, like application startup completed, model is loaded, all those things are there. And what we're gonna do is now come here, and the body we're gonna select a file, we're gonna do this audio, we're gonna open it, and we're gonna send it. So it's done, and it just took like 1804 millisecond. So basically it's like downloaded in 2.5 milliseconds basically, and the whole thing is here. Now you can see like in the ancient dragon lord of Veldora and all those things, and this is exactly what we have here as well. So if you listen to this.
In the ancient land of Eldoria, where skies shimmered and forests whispered secrets to the wind, lived a dragon named Zephyros. Not the burn it all down kind. But he was gentle, wise, with eyes like old stars. Even the birds fell silent when he passed.
So basically you can see it's the same thing transcribed. So now you can see like the server is like working fine. The transcription is done. Uh, so yeah, here you go. Now one thing we can test is like with a very big file. Okay, what we have is, let's say I have one audio. This audio is almost 58.
This is Nivi, and you're listening to the Naval podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about recruiting, hiring, team, and
Yeah, so we're gonna do is we're gonna try to transcribe it, and let's say how long will it takes. Okay, so gonna send it, and this is transcribing. See, this just got the transcription here. Before we move forward, as you saw, we got heap out of the memory issue, right? So
there is a fix for it. And if you know like why it's happened, great. If you don't, basically what it's happening is you have a memory and we are putting a lot of data in that, and it is not able to store all of it. As you know, we have a 4 GB VRAM GPU, so 4 GB is barely enough to cover it up. Now what the solution is, it's called quantization. So what happens in quantization is we actually compress the weights of a model, let's say from floating point 16 to int 8 or 4 depending on your needs, and that way we can run it into a smaller hardwares like 4 GB VRAM. Does precision drop? Yeah, a bit, but the trade-off is very good. You can actually run large language models in a very small machines.
So now the problem is solved. So what was happening is like we had we were importing the model, and every time I rerun the server, it was just importing on top of it. So let's say I have like 500 already like used, so it was importing 300 more, and then 300 more, and 300 more every time I restart. So there was a no cleanup process. So I added that cleanup process, as well as what we did is uh, we actually added some GPU information so that we know like what is going on. So we added batch model. What it does is basically it's just like batches it. So right now we are doing it at like 16 for like larger file. If you can see, like there is a batch model which just takes the model from a whisper. So whenever like the server start, we just like add it. Okay, so let's try it again. This is like the CUDA 58 minutes one, and if I send it, okay, so you see the memory here, and if you can see, it's not yet started. It's going to start now. You will see a raise here to like where the rendering is happening. So see, and also the memory, dedicated memory is like raised. You only have like hardly have something. So because of the batching, you can see like there is a some down and some up, so that we are able to like handle the states and memory. So the whole transcription took 1 minute 51 seconds. So this is Nivi. You are listening to the now podcast. Today we are going to and see everything is like now transcribed with the whole temperature and everything.
Now that we have successfully set up our AI server, next step would be like making it accessible through over internet. For that, we will be using something called Cloudflare Tunnels. What we will do is we will set up in our local server, and then it will like tunnel through a Cloudflare servers, and then will be accessible over internet. You can go to this website where the link is in the description, and you can go to Cloudflare one. In here, you can either select one or you can just log in. Now, in the networks, you can go to manage tunnels. Inside that, add a new tunnel and give it a name. For me, it was home server. Choose what environment you are running in. For me, it's Windows 64-bit. And once done, download it. Now just follow the instruction on the screen. Just run it. Once the installation is completed, you have to copy the command and then run a terminal administrator. Just paste it there and run it. Once the process is completed, what you can see the connectors are here as shown. You go next, You fill out all the details. You fill out a subdomain you want to like host on it, and a domain. For me it was the Ashish More, as I already configured it, and subdomain was home server. As of now I'm not giving it a path. And then for the service, what I'm going to do is like it's a HTTP service. And the URL is basically the remote URL where our server is running. So it would be localhost 8000. Now once everything configured, now you can go ahead in the postman and you can try it. We got the request here, as you can see.
So I just ran it, the curate people, which is like 58 or 52 minutes long, and I just ran over like home server. So basically the tunneling, and it took me 1 minute 53 second. Where there's, if I talk about the same thing here, locally it took 1.51. So the only difference we had like of the 2 second, and that's amazing, right? That is the power of like Cloudflare.
If you like this build, drop a comment and tell me which AI server you want me to host next. As I have some crazy plans going forward where I want to like run all kind of AI servers locally. It might not be as good as the hosted ones or the paid ones, but I'm trying to like maximize what I can. So follow along with me, subscribe to my channel to get the notification next time, and see you in the next one.